Hey everyone, John Resso, Wells Darby, standing here with Jim DePalma. We are in our Long Island training center, turned into a studio today. In front of, behind us right here to my right, we got the Compass, NTI Compass boiler with an S20 indirect, live fire piece of equipment, ready to go out and show you guys what this thing is capable of.
So John, this is a floor mounted fire tube boiler with a bunch of big features in it, big advantages.
Yeah, so, you know, we all talk to contractors on a daily basis. I got some guys doing floor mount equipment instead of wall mount. This is still a condensing boiler, still does everything those condensing boilers do. It's a fire tube. We got a lot of fire tube fans out there. But now you just walk in and set this on the floor. On the back side, which you can't see, we can go left or right, and primary secondary is already built in. Here we got a 20-gallon indirect, S20 indirect. That is already direct piped. You have the ability to direct pipe this right off of the boiler. So there's no controls on this boiler except the boiler control. We're using the ECM circulator inside the boiler. We're accepting our sensor signal from the indirect when it needs hot water. That will prioritize itself, turn on that ECM circulator, circulate the hot water from the boiler to the indirect to make our hot water. When that's satisfied, it'll then switch over to heat mode. So primary, secondary built in, that's a big deal. Direct hot water built in, utilizing the circulator directly off of the boiler, and you just set this thing on the floor and start piping.
Right. So what do you estimate the time saving is based on being able to pipe from either side when you're bringing this to an existing boiler room?
Right. So again, this is contractor conversation.
Right.
And they're telling me they're saving upwards of a half a day. So normally if they do a boiler in a day, when they're doing a wall hung condensing, it takes, day and a half, sometimes 2 days. This, mounting it on the floor, having that primary, secondary done, having 3/4 takeoffs ready to go to your indirect and drive that indirect, they're saving approximately 4 hours for a couple guys.
That's tremendous. It's a lot of time.
It's a big deal.
Big deal.
Yeah, big deal.
The control, very simple control, right? It's a easy setup wizard in there, correct?
Yeah, so this is a new version of the control. So this will be the new platform for NTI for their controls. Again, Wi-Fi built in, just like our, if you want to call it an older generation control. I mean, this is like 3 months old. Basically, we just got these in not long ago. So yeah, we got the Wi-Fi built in there. There's a setup wizard. It's much more intuitive. This actually gives you the boiler pressure on the gauge, temperature, firing rates, circulator on, the whole 9 yards, gives you all that information here. 4 buttons and a roll dial. So the control has become super easy. And again, on this live fire piece of equipment, when we fire this up, we converted this to propane. That comes with it. So, we're ready to go here for propane. We just put a little toggle switch on the side to be our thermostat. And that's the heating, which runs down to a little Beacon Morris kick flow heater. So we can drop heat out of this thing as needed. And then we can run cold water through the indirect, delivering hot water out, and run this thing live fire anywhere we need to go.
Fabulous. So as we always do, we always train in a system format. So besides what you're seeing here, hydronically, venting, that's centrotherm, polypropylene venting, that is another system that is part of this, that is very important when you're setting up your boiler systems. What else?
That's good. Additional information, just scan the QR code at the end. We'd be happy to roll this into your shop, or you come to our shop and do a live fire presentation, give you some hands-on. We have some additional boilers. We go through how to maintain them, just get you comfortable with the NTI brand, how to utilize it, go from there. Thank you.